much anger and hatred has been in this body and in this person. I have felt indescribable amounts. I can't put into words how many amounts of hatred and sheer anger and rage that I have felt just towards myself and others, especially involving sexual assault, and almost like a general hatred that it perpetuated inside myself, and a hatred and fear of all men, just categorizing all men together in this unfair way due to that negative experience that I had. I can tell you this from my experience. The only reason that I was in those relationships that were so demeaning to me and were so disrespectful to me, the reason that I was in those relationships was because I didn't think I deserved anything better. Quite frankly, just to be honest, I felt like this is what I deserve right now, and I felt like I needed to be treated like that. And every time my partner would call me a name or use offensive language with me, it was just reinforcing my beliefs in myself. What if he's right? Self-doubt. Every time that I got hurt physically or I was threatened, it was just me treating myself like trash and being poor to myself. If I'm coming from a loving and a self-respecting place, the moment that somebody talks to me like that and opens their mouth to express that to me, I'm gonna say, I respect your opinion. However, I do not have to stand here and listen to you talk trash like that to me. So out of respect for myself, I'm gonna remove myself from this room and you have a nice day. That's how it goes. If I'm coming from a position of wholeness and of self-respect, the moment someone tries to insult me or speak negatively to me, again, it comes down to, thank you for your opinion. I respect your opinion. And your opinion is right in your own way. However, I also respect myself, so I'm not going to stand here and engage in this argument with you. Out of respect for myself, I'm going to leave. And if that was in the case of a relationship, I would say, look, my love, here's what it comes down to. I know we've been dating for however long, and we've had some great memories and some great times. However, this relationship is no longer respectful to me, my body, and my emotions, and I need to leave it. Thank you very much for everything, and I send you love and respect. That's how it goes. Today, looking back, if I knew the things now that I knew then, there would not have been any sexual abuse. There would not have been emotional, verbal, or physical abuse. Because the moment someone lifted a hand, the moment someone touched me a way I didn't want them to, I'd be like, excuse me, who do you think you are and what do you think you're doing? In the most loving way, in the most kind way, in the most respectful way. It's just how I would communicate with people. This is self-respect. This is honoring yourself and protecting yourself. So being safe doesn't mean constantly walking in fear. It doesn't mean constantly walking with your tail between your legs because you're terrified of someone hurting you. It doesn't mean not being able to travel, to go out at night by yourself, to be alone, to be exploring, to be discovering the world. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means being safe, having a good head between your shoulders, and constantly watching your own back, respecting yourself. The moment you notice someone dishonor you or disrespect your light and your truth and who you are, which is a beautiful human being, the moment someone violates that or disrespects that or steps on your toes or violates your trust, that's when you say, okay, I honor and respect you. However, I notice we're having this disagreement and it doesn't feel good to me, so I'm just going to remove myself from the situation. No harm intended and no negative feelings. So don't be too afraid to say no. A lot of the times, us as women, especially us as women, but often men too, but incredibly gender stereotyped towards women, we are too afraid to say no. We just don't want to hurt someone's feelings. We don't want to be the bad person. We don't want to be the one that they're like, oh, she's such a party crasher, she's such a goody two-shoes, she's no fun, she just ruins it every time, she always says no. We just don't want to be that person. However, always say no if you have the choice between saying no versus saying yes to something that's not respectful or kind to yourself, something that you just genuinely do not want to do. Why are you going to lie? First of all, lie to somebody and say, yes, I would love to, or yes, I don't mind. Lie to yourself, second of all, by pretending that you want to do something when you do not want to do it. And then disrespect yourself and disrespect the other person. By saying yes when you really want to say no, you're not only disrespecting yourself, you're also disrespecting the other person because you're not being honest with them. You're lying to them, point blank. If you say that you are going to or you want to do something when you don't want to do it, again, you are lying to yourself. You are disrespecting yourself, and you're also lying to the other person, and you are disrespecting the other person. All of this just because you're too afraid to say no. It all comes down to being able to honor the light that's inside you. The light of intelligence and brilliance and creativity and love that you're fully capable of, that everyone is capable of. We just pretend we're not because it's too scary to know that you're such an awesome person. If you knew how bright it shined, if you knew how bright that it shines inside you, parts of you would be genuinely terrified because you'd be like, damn, I don't know what to do with all this, So we all pretend that we don't have that light inside of us. We all pretend that we're not good enough. And we've all been told and conditioned and told by people, even our parents, our siblings, our teachers, our instructors, professors, mentors, our friends, our partners. We've all been told that maybe we're not good enough and that maybe we're nothing without them. We've all been told that, but if only you knew how loved you are. And if only you knew how brilliant your light is inside of you, you would have no reason to self-doubt. You would always self-respect. You would always have self-love. You would see these ways in which you've been living that you think, oh, I never really did want to do that, but I did that because I was too afraid to say no. Or, oh, I don't really feel comfortable doing that, but I felt bad telling her no, so I guess I'll have to make a change. Or, oh, I see all the ways in which I've been a pushover. So instead of being strong and confident and powerful, I've been kind of cowering and just like, is that good enough? Or are we done? Or okay, what else do you need? Or, you know, and that pleasing mentality, the pleaser. You want to be liked. You want to be people's friend. And that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't sacrifice your own sense of truth so someone else likes you. So, is it raining? No, it's not raining.